Testing 1 2.
Testing. I like the sound of the mic, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I like hearing it like this.
Yeah.
At first I was like, oh, this is interesting. But then it's like, whoa.
It's kind of fun, yeah.
Like, hello.
Never used to this headphones.
Just like ASMR.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the BoriBros. My name is Kyle.
My name is Dan.
And we have a special guest with us today. We know her because she's a friend of Jen, and we asked her to be on our show today. Do you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
I'm Yebin. I'm 25. I work at a fintech company right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
What do you do at the fintech company?
It's like, it's complicated, but I recently switched. So I'm part of the product marketing team now, but I recently switched. So I don't really know exactly what I'm doing.
How recent was the switch?
I would say like pretty recent, like less than 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I haven't seen you since like August.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's October, guys.
I just realized it's October 1st.
It's October and it's raining. Spooky season.
Craziness.
Yeah, Yebin was getting drenched on the way here.
Just for the context, she lives really far away from where we are.
Stop.
Not like super far, right?
Pretty
Pretty far, yeah.
It's like an hour and a half commute.
She left
Oh
when
my
I was
God.
sleeping.
The beauty of living where you work.
Well, not anymore.
I was gonna say, like, if you guys haven't watched last week's episode, we talked about how Daniel got unemployed and kind of how he's navigating that aspect of his life. But today we're going to be talking more about being lost. But before we begin that, I want to ask you guys a question. When's the last time off the top of your head where you felt like you had a lot of fun?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like just fun. Like you didn't really even think about what you're doing that day, but you're just having fun.
The most fun I've ever had that I can remember is like when I first came to New York. I think the first 6 months of being here, I think I was very like careless, and you know, I was able to kind of meet like you guys, like meet all the new people. It was really, really fun, just especially coming from like Georgia where nothing was really happening, and just being here, being able to do it, like something happening every single week was definitely something that I really, really enjoyed. It slowed down a bit because like the job situation and just getting kind of used to living in New York, I guess.
That's cute.
So.
Glad I made it. Glad you made it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys did not make mine, but it's okay.
Hey, it's not done yet.
True. I feel like recently, so it was like one of those like random spontaneous nights where like a couple of my friends were like, hey, do you want to hang out? And so like it was kind of like one of those nights where we all like gathered together at like a pocha, like a Korean bar kind of place. And so we were just like chilling there, and then all of a sudden like, so I don't want to say it, but so I live in Jersey right now. And so like everyone in Jersey kind of knows each other, so it's kind of nice like running into like familiar faces. So like when we were there, like we would all like run into familiar faces, and like new people would come and join. So I think it was just like a very spontaneous night, and with new people and like old faces as well. So I think that was just like, oh, I'm just enjoying the moment.
You know, that's very similar to how we all met, like how we met.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah, so because like it was me, Kyle, and my other friends hanging out at a pocha, and then we were walking to this other pocha, and then we ran into Yebin and her friends. So
That
we
was
all
Yebin's birthday.
Yeah. June 1st.
Oh, you're right. It was. Yeah. It was like around then.
And then, wow, that was a long time ago. That was a big group.
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, that's the day when the idea came out of us starting a YouTube channel.
Oh really?
Yeah, at Pocha 32.
Oh, that was the day?
Yeah, because I was asking Steven, and we were just talking about the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
About Hinge.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It happened on your birthday dinner day.
Yeah.
Who knew?
For me, the last time I think I was like just really having fun and just enjoying the day was actually when we went riding on our electric scooter and your electric skateboard.
Yeah.
When we just like decided like let's just go into Greenpoint.
Oh wow.
And like yeah, we rode over the bridge. Like
It wasn't too bad.
yeah, it wasn't too bad, and it also like reminded me of like how I used to skate when I was in middle school. I don't know, it just made me like, whenever I go out like that, it makes me feel like that child in me, or like that it brings back those childhood memories. And I think that's the kind of feeling I like to feel when I'm, just enjoying the moment.
And we ate acres.
Yeah, we went to Acre.
Oh,
have you been to Acre?
I've never.
Yeah, it's this like Japanese. Why is it Japanese? Japanese bento. It's like a Japanese bento shop.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the place with the famous sandwich?
No,
The
no,
katsu
no,
sandwich?
no. That's Chef Katsu, I think.
Oh, I need to go.
Yeah, that's in Green something.
Oh.
Not Greenpoint.
Oh. I do not know.
Something green.
Yeah, something Fort Greene or maybe.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
down in
I'll keep that in
Brooklyn.
mind.
So Yebin, I want everyone to kind of understand why we're going through this thought process of like being lost. Like, do you feel lost at this moment in your life?
Yes, my quarter life crisis is very real.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about you guys, or if you guys already felt that.
Well, I'm 28, so that was a while ago for me.
But are you still in it? Do you think?
Kind of, yeah. Like, I feel like there's like layers of crises, and it really depends on what's happening in that point in your life.
What do you think it causes the quarter life crisis in people?
Major events, like being laid off.
For me, I think I hit quarter life crisis because everything was so consistent. Like nothing was
Oh.
exciting,
Really?
nothing was changing. I was like, is this
Oh,
is this it?
This is
kind of thing?
interesting.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of this.
'Cause-
Tell me more.
Wait, it's supposed to be about you, not me.
It'll come around.
I hit my quarter life crisis because like when I was living in Georgia, I was by myself. I didn't have much friends to hang out with because they are all like out of states. And like I was just working, I was just hanging out with Oreo, like occasional dinners here and there, but that was it. Thinking to myself, I'm like, is this what it's gonna be for the rest of my life? Like I graduated and I have career, and like I think that's what got me started to think about moving to New York in the first place, because I knew there was a lot of opportunities to like meet new people and be able to get other perspectives, I guess, whereas I really couldn't when I was in Georgia. It was really hard to meet new friends, especially like Jersey. Like everyone knows each other at that point when you're growing up there.
It's like I don't want to be associated with Jersey.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, why? What's
Oh.
like the meaning behind that?
I just like the city more.
I mean, I considered moving to Jersey first because like apartments and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
way cheaper. Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't want to say I live in Jersey.
Oh really? That's
hurts
so
a little.
interesting.
I mean, if I'm coming from like out of state, I'd rather like have an experience of living in New York. Because Long Island City, Jersey, it's basically the same distance from the city.
You're right.
I could at least say I'm from New York.
Yeah, that's
Facts,
true.
Facts.
Why do you like not want to be associated with Jersey? Like, why do you want to? Why? What's the appeal of being associated with the city for you?
I think it's because I went to school here and like I've experienced New York, so I know what it's like and I kind of miss it. But I also think I feel like every time I associate myself with Jersey, I feel like I'm regressing back to like middle school, high school, like young me. And I feel like, yeah, living with my parents, that's how it feels like right now. A little bit. And so I think that's probably part of my quarter life crisis, just like trying to figure out like, oh, like when do I like move out, or like what's the next step for me? Because right now I just feel like I'm back in high school when I'm not, but it kind of feels like that a little bit. So I think that's why.
Because you did go to college in New York, right?
Right.
So you stayed in the city.
Right.
In college.
So like I miss that. And like you just have more freedom if you're like living on your own or like with your friends. Whereas like even though my parents are really chill, it's just like coming home to your parents.
It's always
Damn.
It's always so funny looking at Yebin, like trying to meet that lost train back to Jersey.
I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm sprinting. I'm that girl.
When is the last train back to Jersey?
So it's like 12:37 or something like that.
Oh my god, she has it down to the T.
Or like my train is like that. And then like I think the bus is like 150 or something like that. My bus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because last time we hung out in
Yeah.
Long Island City, and then she
She was like rushing. Yeah.
Didn't you miss the bus?
No, she actually made it, right?
I missed that one time. I missed on your birthday.
Oh.
I missed the train on your birthday.
And you came back.
Yeah.
To
And then I just left over someone's house.
Oh, I see.
Do you feel lost, Kyle?
Not necessarily lost. I just feel like trying to figure out what I want to do. So I guess like in a career sense, trying to understand like what I actually like versus like what I'm good at. So like trying to understand, I like designing. But what aspect about design do I like? And I think at the moment it's like I like to solve problems with designs. Maybe I just like the aesthetic of design. But you know, this is like, I feel like these are things that creatives kind of go through a lot in their head, where it's like, am I really trying to make a difference with, you know, because I was a filmmaker before, like, am I really trying to tell a story, or am I just saying that I'm going to tell a story? What I do is I do a lot of research, and I'm just like, you know, trying to understand different aspects of design. So that's why I'm learning about UX and UI, or UI UX, because I feel like with UI UX you kind of understand more about the reasoning behind why you do this certain designs. Just trying to figure it out.
So it's more of a career for you in terms of like a
life or like
question.
Like why, but it is kind of life in that way. Like, why am I doing this career? Wait, did you say like why you were lost? Why you felt lost?
I was like thinking about it while you're talking, and I feel like it's because I'm not fully comfortable with who I am, or like it's just like me as Yebin. I don't really know who she is. And so in that sense, there's just a lot of like question marks in like my personality, like in my career, and my friendships, and my relationships. So I think that's why I feel lost, because I feel like if there was some sort of self-assurance or like a foundation of who I am, I don't think I would feel as lost. But I think because everything seems, it's like there's like puzzle pieces, it's like all scattered, but it's not put together. So I think that's why I feel lost.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm missing puzzle pieces yet, but I'm not even there. Like I can't even understand that, because it's like one of those like 1,000 puzzle pieces. But then like I might have like 900 of them, but 900 looks like 1,000 to me. So I think right now I'm just trying to figure out how to even put stuff together.
Yeah, and if there's like 900, if you have 900 of the pieces and there's 1,000, you're still missing 100.
Right.
And in that case, like you don't really know what you can't see. So it's just you can't really finish it.
Right.
Right. There's like these connections that you're trying to put together.
Right. And I feel like that's where like therapy comes in, or like just even communicating with friends, family, and trying to figure out like who you are, or what, you know, who I am, and doing a lot of self-reflection, reading self-help books. I don't know if it's like great, but I think that's a good starting point. But that's just me.
First, are you getting therapy?
So I've been looking for weeks, months, and I even like have a list, but I just can't call them.
Why?
I just get lazy, because like I look at, like they send me the list of like therapists that like I can choose from, and I'm like, I click on them, I'm like, I don't really like any of them. Like, who am I to say I don't like any of them, you know?
Yeah, you never met them.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know about them in terms of like why you don't like them?
I think they just like show you just like, oh, what they focus on, like, and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, and I just don't know if that's what I need at the moment. And I think just being an Asian American woman, I would want someone with an Asian American background. But I think at this point, I'm like, that's not necessary. That doesn't mean that like, just because you're Asian American, you'll understand me better per se. But I think I had that mindset.
It could also be double-edged sword, I feel like, because they have that certain beliefs that comes from Asian American women. So like they might imply that on you, whereas like you might not be facing that. I think Jen and Erica talk really good about finding therapists. So I think they're a good resource.
They're therapist advocates for sure.
They are.
Yeah.
Like Jen sends me like her list, or like she tells me like, you should try this.
Yeah.
Try this. I'm like, I'll do it this week.
But do you?
It's like I call it up. Like so I call them up like through like my like company service, and then it just stops there. And they're like, do you want to schedule an appointment? I'm like, I need to think about it, or like choose.
So wait, what is the call for then?
So essentially, it's like so we like work with like some sort of like company that gives you like free therapy sessions. They give me a list of therapists that are in their network, and they're like, oh, like what are you looking for, like what area and whatnot, and then they send me a list, and then from there I have to choose which one. And then I just need to call up the therapist and be like, hey, I'm interested. Yeah.
The first call is usually like a consultation.
Right.
So you'll kind of tell them a little bit about yourself, or like why you're calling. Do you think that you might be avoiding the like just that part because you don't really know what you want out of the therapy?
I don't think so. I think it's laziness.
But I feel like laziness sounds like an excuse for something else.
See, okay, so I painted my room recently, but it's like I've been wanting to paint my room, but I just haven't been doing it. So I've been just pushing it off, and then like just yesterday I was like, let me just paint my room. So I painted my room. So I feel like I do that with a lot of things in life. So this is probably rooted in something. This is why I need therapy.
Yeah, what is this cycle? What is this cycle?
I don't know.
What made you actually want to, like, what made you say, like, all right, I'm going to paint my room today?
It's because I already made plans. Like, I had friends who agreed to help.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, I have to get the stuff.
Accountability.
You know? Yes, accountability. Therapy, accountability.
Maybe once you schedule that first call, maybe then you have to kind of...
Right.
Was that you? Was that you?
Yo.
What is that? What is that?
His throat went.
Excuse me. I don't even know what that was, to be honest.
So do you think it's like accountability?
I think so. I
Okay.
don't like accountability.
You don't like it?
I don't know if I think I do like it.
Do you think you need it?
I need it. It does help. It helps. Yeah, I think it helps in all aspects of my life for me.
I think so for me too. As I'm starting to learn like more UX design, I'm like trying to bring other people in and be like, do you want to learn it too? Like, and then so that way I can have like accountability partners who are like, we're meeting each week, talk about what we learn, and then, you know, kind of grow together in that way. Because I feel like if I just do it all by myself, there's like no, and you and I have the same Myers-Briggs, you know?
Oh, yes.
ENFP.
ENFP?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't really know like the extent of what that means, but I don't really have too much like organization skills when it comes to, you know, self-learning or doing something like on your own. I feel much happier and I feel a little bit more effective when I have like an accountability partner.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole podcast is accountability, right? If I was doing this by myself, it would have not lasted this long.
Yeah.
Even like me losing weight, I was really, really chubby. I
Really?
could only
Wait,
lose it.
can you show her later?
I could
How
only lose it.
chubby? Like were you?
I was like 195 pounds. I'm
Oh.
160 right now.
Oh.
Oh, you have to see
It's
the
different.
videos.
You say oh.
Yeah, you say oh, but
then
then you see the video. I'm sorry, Daniel.
He only saw it.
I'm sorry.
He's the only person that saw it that didn't live through that part of my life.
Yeah.
Oh.
But-
Interesting. Wait, how bad is it?
No, it's bad. It's
I'm
bad.
sorry. I feel bad for laughing. I feel bad for laughing.
Hey, I'm not
No.
judging someone by
But-
their body
hey,
weight
hey.
right now. Like you.
I'm saying that's the strength of accountability. If your friend is like there to kind of guide you and like, you know, continuously remind you and
Wow. How round
No,
was
it's
he?
just because
Tell me.
I'm not.
Was he a circle?
No.
Like,
No. It's just that Daniel, like, not only does he look different, but he like seemed like a very different person than who he is now, and that's what kind of is making me laugh more than. But
damn, second puberty is real.
well, I mean, like,
clearly.
I should probably show him some of my old videos because he'd probably.
see, I was vulnerable. I was open to
He was, yeah.
Just for the context, we're in the same group chat for working out, but
I accidentally deleted it.
Oh.
So I've been wanting
Me
to
too.
post, but I was like, I can't.
well, I got a
post.
new phone, so I don't have it.
Oh,
So someone has
Yeah.
to say something. To
okay.
get
I'll
it
just
by
say something in it.
Yeah, because I worked out in Europe. But I was like, I
you
can't
did?
send it.
then. Oh yeah, you were in Europe.
Yeah.
When did you come back?
I came back like a week or 2 weeks, a week or two ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's another story to talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I travel when I get lost.
Yeah.
I was gonna say with working out, like I recently started being more consistent, and I think for me it helps, just like with my mental state and stuff,
Yeah.
because like I have control over my body, and like you see the changes,
Mm-hmm.
and like me and my friend always talk about this, but we were like, oh, there's this like Korean like person who said this one. So she was like, she's a model, and she was like, oh, the only thing that I can change if I know that if I put in the effort that I know will show results is like my body. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Just her body?
That's what she said.
Oh.
But I think like body, she's a model, but like, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think it works for every aspect in
Mhm.
life. Doesn't have to be physical. It can be internal.
Yeah. So aside from the therapist, what I want to know, like, what kind of self-help books you tend to read? Because there's like career self-help, or there's like mental health self-help.
So I don't really read.
Oh, do you like listen?
No, I don't really
Podcasts?
listen often.
Did you just lie?
No, I have phases.
Okay.
So like when I was in my money making phase,
Oh,
I read
yeah.
like all the like money making books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, what is it? Like Intelligent Investor, like what's that? Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Something millionaire, like
Next Door.
next door or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then like when I was in my like, oh, who am I phase, I'm like, where am I going? I listened to like is it Jay Shetty, On Purpose? Jay Shetty. He's like a podcast,
Yeah.
I think. He does like his podcast stuff. I listened to that. Atomic Habits is a great book. Oh my gosh, I love that book.
I just got it.
That I just like read through it. And then right now I'm reading Return to Love. It's interesting. I don't know if it's my kind of book, but it's interesting.
Do you prefer nonfiction?
Yeah, I don't really
Me
like
too.
fiction books.
Yeah, me too.
I just feel like it's not really helpful to me. I mean, like, it doesn't really... It's like for enjoyment purposes, I guess, for certain people.
Right.
They read books like they're watching a movie or something.
Yeah, I mean, you have Dune up there. Did you read that?
I know my friend gave it to me because she didn't want to read it.
Is
Oh.
that based on the movie, or is that?
Yeah.
is the
Yeah, the movie is based
on
on the
that?
book.
The the book is based on the movie.
Yikes.
Oof.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then everything else is nonfiction.
I think the reason why people read nonfiction is because it helps them escape the reality that they currently live in.
You mean fiction?
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, like the reason they read fiction.
Let me pause there.
Yeah.
That always like threw me off during middle school. I was like, why is it opposite? Like, it should... I feel like it should be...
Fiction and then non-fiction.
I didn't realize that the non is non-fiction. It's
Yeah.
not fiction.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, fiction.
Like it's like I always think it's like hamburger, cheeseburger. Like that's how I see like fiction, non-fiction. But it's essentially
Yeah.
cheeseburger,
Not
non-cheeseburger.
cheeseburger, yeah.
Oh my gosh, things you learn at 25.
Yep. That was an interesting inference you pulled. So I want to know like what happened in these different periods. So like when you're reading a lot of money making habits, like was there anything that you did to try to like make more money?
I did. Oh,
What did you do?
I
Dropshipping?
almost cursed.
Oh, it's okay. You can curse.
It's okay.
You can curse.
I
You should.
joined a pyramid scheme. Accidentally.
It's okay. I got scammed too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Life insurance?
Life insurance.
That's not a scam.
Okay, it's not a scam, but it's like similar.
I opened a Roth IRA, which is
Okay,
good.
that's
you know?
good. Yeah.
I let my dad handle my investments.
Uh-huh.
Not the greatest decision of my life.
Okay.
But you know, I like learn more about like I don't know, business, I guess. Or,
Wait,
like-
how does one get out of pyramid scheme?
Yeah.
though?
Can you tell us about the period? Can you just like tell us a story?
Okay, so have you heard of Forex trading?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the foreign
For an exchange.
It's like
stuff?
currency. You exchange like currency, or like you like
Yeah.
basically jump in and like you're like exchanging money or something like that.
Mhm.
So then my friend was in it, and she was like one of those like I don't know, like leaders in it or like whatever. And like if she recruits someone, she gets money too. So she recruited me because she's like, oh my gosh, it's great, and it's like a great environment, whatnot, and like you make a lot of money. And so essentially like you enter this group chat on like WhatsApp, and like they tell you, they're like,
It's always
put
a
this
group
in.
chat.
Yeah, they're like, put this into your like form, and so like you like put in whatever like information they give you, because technically like the point of this is that they're providing their service to help you make money, right?
Mhm.
But then obviously it's like you just lose money.
Really? They say eventually you're gonna make money.
Yeah, I think like maybe like the top like maybe 1-10% of the group make money, but like everyone else, I don't know if they really make money. I lost money.
How much did you lose?
I didn't spend a lot. I think I only put in like 150. But the thing is, I have to pay the monthly fee to be part of this group, you know?
Mhm.
So I can't remember how much that costs, but yeah.
You know, a good reminder that I always tell myself is like, if they know the way, why would they sell that service when they can make the money themselves?
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
why would they share that knowledge, and why would they sell that?
Right.
right? Even like those like how to make money courses too.
Yeah, like on YouTube.
Yeah,
or
like-
like Coursera and stuff.
Yeah, like if you can make that much money, then why do you have to do this extra work to make another source of income? Kind of.
That's kind of true.
Maybe they like
Education.
Yeah, educating others.
Maybe.
But most likely,
Yeah.
like what I'm like, what
Of
I'm.
course.
Most likely they're trying to scam you.
Yeah. So
Definitely, like,
yeah, I feel that.
okay, coming back to being lost, because you said you have like 900 pieces out of the 1,000 pieces.
Right.
Maybe. Based on what you know, how would you describe yourself to someone?
I feel like the easy way out is using Myers-Briggs.
Okay.
I'd be like, oh, I'm an ENFP. What are you?
Uh-huh.
I feel like personality tests are like trendy these days.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I use it.
You kind of like escape with your Myers-Briggs. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm an ENFP.
That defines everything.
Yeah. No, but then that opens up the floor for
Conversation,
conversation to be like, oh, like what does that mean if they don't know? Or
That's
if
true.
they know theirs, it's like, oh, I'm like a X, Y, and Z. I
X,
mean,
Y, and Z.
I know. I was like, I need 4 letters, like
Yeah.
ISTJ or something like that. Just getting to like talk to other people about like where they come from or how they see things. I think that's really interesting, and I think naturally it opens up the combo. But I know you guys already did a podcast on like Myers-Briggs.
We didn't actually.
Actually, yeah.
That was our pilot episode, and we crossed it off.
Oh, I guess it was really bad or something. Just kidding.
Maybe.
Just taking the test. We really weren't talking about much
Yeah.
about ourselves. We were just reading the
Oh.
description.
I mean, like, I'm an ENFP. You're an ENFP.
I'm ENFJ.
Yeah.
ESFJ now.
Oh, everyone else, do your research. But, like, I heard, like, P's and J. You said you're J?
Mhm.
Like, when you open your Apple's notes, is it organized?
Yeah, until Kyle searches my note and he starts writing something random on my note.
Can I open your notes?
Yes. You're disorganizing my notes, sir. You're on the travel category.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to delete that later. I was like, I think like we're starting to like think about like ideas for the podcast, and I was like, here, Daniel, let me just open your notes real quick, and this is what I do, right? I just start writing a note in his travel like folder. I didn't even know you could make like folders in your notes.
I found out recently.
What is this?
No, but funny thing is, all my friends are J's. All my friends are P's.
Oh.
All my friends are very spontaneous.
Yes.
So I'm kind of used to it. Like,
no, but you balance it out.
Yeah.
You do. Like,
Yeah. I think.
yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
I myself will be a J, but like if I'm doing like a group activity and like something changes last minute, or like nothing is really planned out, or we go travel and we have no itinerary, I'll be okay. Like I'm not gonna be panicking.
That's good.
That's funny. The Apple
Apple
Notes thing,
Right? The P's. Because all my notes are scattered.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Really?
I mean, like,
Disgusting.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what mine look like. They make no sense. There's no structure to it, you
How do you
know?
find what you want looking for?
You just like
Search
search
bar.
it. Yeah, I use a search bar for my apps
Yeah,
too.
me too. You know, it's great. It's like that's like the spontaneous side too.
Yeah.
And I think like I think I would consider myself a spontaneous person. I think that's how I would like describe myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm becoming less spontaneous.
Why?
I think with life,
What about it?
it's just like life is so structured to an extent. I feel like as you get older, I feel like there's like more of a structure to life, as in like what's expected in a way. Or like there's like a trajectory that people go on.
She's gonna become a J eventually.
She's gonna organize your Apple Notes.
I know. But I think what I'm learning is that when you plan, you actually have more freedom. And
Yeah.
you can actually be more spontaneous. I think that's what I'm realizing. Because in the past, I was like, oh, planning and like figuring things out, that's being so structured and rigid. But these days, I'm realizing if I plan, like even my day out, it gives me freedom to like squeeze other things in here and there.
Because you're being more efficient with your time.
Right.
Like, everyone has the same time, 24 hours, rather than like just thinking about what you guys want to do. You kind of have it figured out. But like one thing I did notice is like being spontaneous. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just so much fun. Like you plan out, you know what you're gonna do. You kind of go there. You're just like, oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Whereas like when we're hanging out outside at Pocha and we just make plan out of nowhere, you know, that's something that wasn't expected, and that's something that like, oh, like I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Those are the spontaneous moments.
Yeah, those are the moments. Like cruising skateboard.
Yeah, we
It
didn't
was
know
not-
when we
yeah.
were gonna come back. I was just like, all right, my my
battery.
battery's at like 3 bars, so maybe at 2 bars, then we'll go back. But otherwise, like, let's just have fun.
Yeah. Like planning is good just to be efficient with the time. But I think just having that spontaneous moments are when we have the most fun. Like we talked about.
I think so.
This is why we need one J and everyone else needs to be like a P.
So I can plan everything for you guys.
Yeah. Honestly, when you like do our like bill, I'm like amazed because like you do the Excel thing, like you like.
I have to.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't. You could just do it on your calculator.
Exactly. Just like everyone add X, Y, and Z to your
like
your bill.
reimbursement and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you plan out your life?
Life? No.
Like just like as in like, oh, do you have like a 1-year plan or a 5-year plan?
No. I used to. You know, even a year ago, I didn't even know I was going to move to New York. So how am I going to plan that? Like even like a couple months ago, I didn't know I was going to be unemployed. And especially like as I get older, you know, time is very limited. So like I think I'm trying to learn to live by the moment. Like one day I could get in a skateboard accident, I could be dead. Like
that
doesn't
like
mean
me.
I know.
That was like
Like
almost me in November.
like being completely realistic, like you could be gone at any moment. And I know like I said, like previously, I'm not going to live in New York forever. So I do want to utilize my time, just even if I feel lazy, like I do want to get myself out there and like meet as much people as possible and like try to see like who I can get along with. And I think it's a good mindset, at least for me, just to be open to things.
I think so too.
Because I used to not be like this.
Like if you were still kind of more in that J mindset where everything has to be planned, and like 2 weeks ago you find out that you're about to be unemployed, you'd probably be freaking out, right?
Oh, yeah,
if you're still
sure.
in that mindset, you'd be like, oh fuck, now I gotta like figure out like what job I gotta do next and like get that shit done right away. But like because you've come to accept more of like how that things are gonna come and things are gonna change, and you need to be flexible.
Yeah.
Then it's like, yeah, because you weren't super panicked when it came around. You were just like very calm and like, okay, I need to do this and that. You still have that.
Looking back, I wasn't really fond of working at this company. I just got the job and then that just allowed me to move to New York. But I was just doing my work day to day, not really knowing what I was going to do ahead, I guess, like with my career. But I think it's allowing me to kind of think about that and like what kind of company that I want to get into next, instead of like having to worry about, oh, like, am I going to be able to move somewhere? I'm already here now, so that like I can just more focus on the position and work that I'm going to do for that company.
Right. How do you define success for you?
Oh, money? Just kidding.
Yeah, see, I knew you were going to say that. So I want to know like what that means.
No, okay, money is superficial, but not really. I think
So what does that mean?
like I think to an extent money can give you some sort of stability and security. It won't buy you happiness, but I think it can open up doors. And so I think it'd be nice to have financial stability and security.
Could I ask like what kind of what amount of security or stability would be enough for you in your mind?
You know, I used to be like, let me be in like the top 3% of America, like just me like making my own money. And then these days I'm like, let me be in the top 1%.
How much money that entails? Like
It's actually
Bill Gates?
not that much. Actually 1% is a lot, I think. Actually, I don't even know.
I think top 1% is like
It's probably not.
175.
Yeah, it's probably not that much.
No.
500K? But
Yeah.
I don't think money truly defines success, but I think it can be a way to define success.
Okay, but why do you say top 1%?
You know, you gotta dream big.
Okay, but like, what would you, okay, let me ask this then. What would you want to do with that money?
That's a really good question. It's like I want to have the money so I can do whatever I want. And like whether it's like not having to work a 9-to-5 job and like getting to do some like open a coffee shop or something, and like being able to like support my parents later down the line, or like just even be able to just give.
Having that money eliminates the uncertainty in life. A lot of uncertainty in life. You don't have to worry about jobs, like stability, like economy. Like you don't have to like wonder about what you want to do, because you don't want to do a job that doesn't pay you well and have to live day to day with paycheck. So.
Right. Like, of course, like, I don't know what the other side holds. Like, I'm sure there are problems that I don't even know about that come with that price tag. But I think for now, where I am, I think it's a good place to start. Just think big.
We asked this question last episode, but if money wasn't an issue, what would you do in with your life?
I don't know. I think about that. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I would just like play. Like, I would just.
Mm-hmm.
But then even that, I would get bored of. Like, I get bored of things really easily.
Me too.
So.
Oh, no. We're not.
NFT.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not saying like if the money was an issue, as in like you don't. It's not like you have all the money, but like even if the job makes a little money, like for me, like you doing YouTube, like we're not making any money, but enjoy doing it.
Oh, so it's not in terms of like you have stability or security. It's like, what do you enjoy?
Yeah, because some people like tend to go for higher paying job, like more stable jobs because it pays well, right?
Right.
But if that wasn't the case, like what would it be?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think something with like communicating with people, talking with people. I like fashion. Back in the day, I did like a fashion internship. And when I was doing it, I was like, wow, like these are just like 15, 20-minute shows. Like they're cool, but I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe not. I just like the idea.
What does that mean though?
I think with a future mindset. Like I don't live in the present as much. And that's what I chase after. But then once I get there, I'm just like, oh, it is what it is. Like that's how I feel with shopping. Okay, I'm just gonna use shopping. I know we're talking about life, but I feel like it applies.
Yeah.
So like let's say like I'm a little stressed. I'm like, maybe I'll shop a little. So I'm like online shopping, and it's the experience of shopping that I like picking and whatnot, and like putting in my basket. Once I click pay, it's like gone. Like the excitement is gone. Like I don't know. And I feel like that in a lot of moments in my life, whether it's like getting ready for an event, it's like getting ready is a fun
That's the fun part.
I don't know.
I actually have a very similar like feeling like that, except I think yours is a little bit more pronounced than mine. Because I do get a lot of excitement. It's like the journey, not the destination or something like that.
That's why like people say don't set like a specific goal in life, because once you reach that, you're just like, eh.
You're like, okay.
Yeah, because even like the weight, going back to the weight thing, 160 was the target. I reached it. I'm just like, okay, that's it.
Now what?
Yeah.
I have a question. So like when you guys are lost, is there something that you guys do? Like when I'm lost or feeling lost, I like want to like escape my current environment.
So
Like physical environment?
Yeah. Like I will travel. I will physically remove myself from whatever environment I'm in.
That's interesting.
I don't know if you guys do that, or if you guys have like.
I dive into learning new things. So when I'm lost, I try to find it through like the internet.
What's your number
Reddit.
one? Yeah, Reddit.
No, it's not
YouTube?
Reddit.
TikTok.
YouTube? No. Actually, that's a good question. I should probably think a little bit more about my answer there.
Yeah. What is your source?
I feel like I never really proclaimed myself as lost, but I feel like I would kind of define that being lost as like kind of not having things organized in my life. So I would kind of plan things out, like make sure like, oh, what do I need to do at this time? Like I'll just write it down and like to prioritize like what I need to get done first, and then the impact of it if I missed it. So I try to like organize my life to kind of get myself back.
Wait, so you also add like the impact?
Yeah, because like let's say like I have to do BoriBros and I also have to read. But if I don't read to a certain deadline, it's fine. Like I can just read later. BoriBros, like we have certain deadline that we have to upload, and once we don't upload that, we have that certain impact. So I would prioritize that first, rather than reading.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing.
I was thinking about it while you guys were answering answering that question. I was thinking back to like the last time I felt lost in life. It was like almost before I decided that I was gonna move to New York in 2019. At that point, I got therapy because I was like, I don't really know who I am. So I was kind of in your position where I was like, I'm like making actions and I'm like doing things that I feel like don't really align with who I am as a person, but I'm doing it, so it is aligning with who I am. And so I was like, okay, this is like really questionable. So I have to go to a therapist and figure it out. Okay, like why am I being this way? And so that's what I do in that situation. In a situation before that, in maybe 2016, I felt really lost then. I was kind of going through like a breakup at that time too. And what I would do is I would drive up to like a mountain and I would just be writing in my journal, because at the end of the day, what I was trying to do is trying to understand what's going on through my head and try to verbalize it and make it more tangible so that I can read it back to myself and understand why I'm thinking this way, or like try to get to the root cause of why I'm feeling a specific way. And so that's kind of, I guess I get a little bit introspective when I feel lost. I try to find it within myself, or I try to find it through therapy, which is still like, they're just trying to bring out answers within yourself.
Right. feel like, yeah, me too. I try that. But then I like to travel to a different place and then do my introspection there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
I think it helps.
Because what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a physical space that is unfamiliar to you. And so in a way it's kind of like opening up new doors in your mind, if that makes sense.
I think so, yeah.
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 Do you like traveling alone or do you like traveling with people?
I've never really traveled alone, but I think I like traveling with people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this is like a very, I don't know how people would feel about this, but I feel like when I travel, at the end of the day, it's like more, like I just remember the memories that I made with people rather than like the place per se. Like I'm sure there are moments where I'm like, oh, this was really good, or I really like this part, but I think I remember like the memories that I made with whoever was on that trip.
That's so true.
Yeah, it is true. I think traveling alone does help a lot in terms of like you have to figure things out on your own. Like you have to figure out what you want to do at that time.
You'll learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah, you do.
By
Oh,
doing
have you
that.
guys?
No, I
I
haven't.
did.
I've never.
I went to LA by myself.
Oh, wow.
Oh, how was that?
It was fun. I just rented a car, just went wherever. I ate by myself for the first time.
Wait, when was this, and what caused you to go and travel alone?
And no specific reason, but I was in San Francisco to visit a friend. It was last June, and then after that, I was already there, so like might as well just kind of explore LA too.
The way that you defined success was money.
Okay. At the end of the day, I think it's just like,
Your
I don't think
freedom
I
to
have
do-
a definition. Yeah, it's just having the freedom to do what I want.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that looks like, but yeah.
What about you?
What was the question?
How do you define success?
Success in life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Yebin in terms of like having that freedom to do whatever I would like to do in my life. But also like one big thing I realized going through the phase where I really didn't have people around me, I would define the success in life in terms of like how many close friends I have around myself.
How many?
Okay, quantity doesn't matter. It's just like who you can depend on in the like when you hit the rock bottom. Like I did hit the rock bottom when I was living in Georgia after breakup, mostly because like I just didn't know who to go to. I didn't think of therapy at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I have you guys, like just having people to talk to, especially now that like the layoff came unexpectedly, and I have friends reaching out like they'll be on the lookout if their company's hiring or not. Like just hearing that is already encouraging enough that like, oh, I didn't live a bad life, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
you have people that care about you at the end of the day.
so I think that's how I would define being success in life.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't want to be on my deathbed and think about, oh, I wish I did this, or I wish I had done this different. I think everyone wouldn't mind being rich, but for me, it's just, it doesn't matter if you don't have like quality friends or like quality people around you. And so I think the way that I define success is being able to live life without any regrets. At the very end of your life, just thinking like, wow, I lived a great life.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. Which aspects of your life do you find most fulfilling to you? So Daniel just talked about the 6 aspects of, what is it?
Life?
6 essential assets of life or something?
It's just an aspect of life.
Aspects of life.
Yeah. Physical health, mental health, spiritual health, career, wealth, and relationships. So what will be like the top 3, I guess, for you guys?
Spiritual health, relationships, and physical health.
Isn't spiritual health like the religion, right?
Or I don't think it necessarily has to be religion. It's just like your spirit, like just, it's almost like it encompasses some of your mental health too in that aspect. But just having, what does that mean anyway?
My perspective of it was more like a belief and religion kind of aspect.
Because I think always believing that there's a greater purpose, I think, is what spiritual health might be, right?
Yeah,
I guess.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I think for me, what I'm currently prioritizing and what I should prioritize is different. But I think what I should prioritize or want to prioritize is, I think, relationships, spiritual health, and then money. But the thing is, like, I talk about money, but I'm actually like pretty chill about money.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like.
I mean, you're not crazy about money.
Yeah.
You just want money to
Just understand.
enhance your life in different aspects.
Yeah.
I realize I just talk the talk, but I don't walk the walk
Mm.
when it comes to money.
You just understand like what money can unlock for you.
But
The idea of it.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing, right? You have this idea of like what money is and what it can do for you, but like literally tomorrow you could be making like $500,000 and then what, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, now I get to spend it. Maybe I would be like, Daniel, let's go on a vacation. I'll pay, you know?
I would say relationship first and career second. Not like in terms of like 9-to-5 jobs, but what I kind of want to do with my life. Career gives you a sense of kind of purpose and what you want to achieve. And that's important to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe mental health and then career. So relationship, mental health, career.
Oh.
I don't think I really like thought too much about my mental health. I think I try to kind of push it all the time.
Yeah.
Even when I like was really low at one point, I just like constantly pushed myself to kind of get back up.
Mm-hmm.
But now that like I know I have someone to talk to, I know I could go to therapy. Because I think back then I thought like, oh, like you only go to therapy if you really, really need it. Whereas now like people are more talking more about it, and it's more of a norm rather than like you need therapy kind of situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The stigma around it.
Yeah. So I think that's important for
Mhm.
everyone.
Now it's cool if you get therapy.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically learning more about yourself. You can learn more about yourself and kind of have that answer pulled out from you, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Says the person that never been to therapy.
It's fun. It's actually kind of fun.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that at the end of this, you kind of found yourself? No, there's no way you're gonna find yourself by at the end of this podcast.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not find myself. I think it was a great time to just talk as friends, as peers, just to see that like I'm not alone, you know, in this journey.
So, do you think what we talked about kind of helped you understand a little bit about how we go about? Okay, I don't even like that.
I mean,
How do you feel at the end of this?
Conversation? I think it was nice to just like catch up with you guys because it's been a while, and I think it was nice just to hear how different people feel lost and like how different people cope, and even if we don't have everything figured out, it's like it's okay. We're all learning together.
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fun talk. I always like conversations that help us kind of think deeper about, you know, why we're going through certain things. Like there's an end goal and then like going through the process of getting it. But then like once you get it, then what happens?
Right.
And that's something we want to ask you guys. What happens? Nothing. Thanks for joining us on this podcast. This was so fun.
I can't wait to hear how it progresses from here.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really a process. I think within a year or even a couple months, everything can change.
That's true. Yeah, you
So.
never know how life.
Mm-hmm.
So when are you gonna move to New York?
You know, these days I'm like thinking, do I just move to Korea?
Korea.
Yeah, or like a different country. But we'll see. Yeah.
All right, keep us posted.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we'll keep you posted. So if you like this video, please leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe,
Press the bell button.
press the bell button. Tuk-tung. And yeah.
Oh, that was a bell sound. Oh.
Yeah.
What did you think it was?
I don't know. I was like, oh, interesting. 'Cause you're trying to say ding dong, right?
Tuk-tung.
Oh, is that a Hawaiian thing? Oh no, is it not?
I mean, it is kind of weird. Is
I
it
know,
ding
okay.
dong or?
Yeah, I thought it's like ding dong.
I don't know.
Okay.
Cut.
Cut. No, but love you.
Love you guys.
Oh, you guys say love you too? Love you too. Be confident.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Love you.
Okay, how many times are we gonna say this?
I'm like,
All right, bye bye.
Bye.
bye.